The decisions you face today could change everything, yet you're standing at the crossroads, unsure which way to turn. That knot in your stomach, that heaviness in your chest, it's the weight of trying to navigate life without divine direction. But what if this morning could be different? What if ancient words, penned by a king who felt just as lost as you do now, could illuminate your path? In Psalm 143, David pours out his heart. Let me hear of your unfailing love in the morning, for I have put my trust in you. Show me the way I should go. His cry becomes our prayer, a powerful invitation for God's guidance to break through our confusion. As the first light of dawn stretches across the sky, your soul doesn't have to remain parched and directionless. This morning prayer, inspired by Psalm 143, offers what your heart desperately needs: clear direction from the one who sees the end from the beginning. Have you ever felt completely lost, desperately searching for direction in a world that seems to have gone dark? That's exactly where David found himself in Psalm 143. His soul was parched, like dry ground thirsting for rain. His spirit was failing, his heart dismayed. Yet in this raw place of honesty, he teaches us something beautiful. Morning is the time to hear God's unfailing love. When you wake feeling overwhelmed by decisions, relationships, or fears, this ancient prayer becomes your modern lifeline. Show me the way I should go, he cried out, and God still answers that prayer today. Your morning doesn't have to be defined by yesterday's failures or tomorrow's worries. Like David, you can surrender your path to the one who makes ways where there seem to be none. Holy Father, as the morning light breaks through my window, I come before your throne with a heart full of worship. You are the Creator who paints each sunrise with brilliant colors, the God who holds galaxies in your hands, yet knows the number of hairs on my head. Lord, your unfailing love stretches beyond the horizon. Your faithfulness reaches higher than the heavens. You are my rock when everything else crumbles, my anchor in life's raging storms. Before I face a single challenge today, I acknowledge that you alone are God, perfect in wisdom, boundless in mercy, matchless in power. Your name is a strong tower, your presence my sanctuary. As the psalmist declared, I meditate on all your works and consider what your hands have done. In the quiet of this morning, my soul stands in awe of you. Yet, Lord, I confess that I am but dust, unable to stand righteous before your perfect judgment. Like David, I whisper, do not bring your servant into judgment, for no one living is righteous. Before you, my enemies, doubt, fear, worry, pursue my soul, crushing my spirit to the ground. Sometimes I feel trapped in darkness like those long dead, my heart growing faint within me. The weight of my own limitations presses down on me. I've tried to navigate life's complexities in my own strength and fallen short. My mind races with anxious thoughts before my feet even touch the floor. I acknowledge my complete dependence on you today. Every breath I take is a gift from your hand. Without your guidance, I would wander aimlessly. Without your strength, I would collapse under life's pressures. In this morning hour, I surrender my weakness to your perfect power. Father, even in my weakness, I remember your faithfulness through every season of my life. I look back and see your handprints all over my story. Thank you for carrying me when I couldn't walk, for whispering truth when lies surrounded me. I'm grateful for the roof over my head, the food on my table, and each opportunity to experience your goodness today. Thank you for the gift of another sunrise, another chance to witness your mercy that's new every morning. I stretch out my hands toward you like parched ground thirsting for rain, but this time with thanksgiving. For every prayer you've answered, every door you've opened, every tear you've wiped away, I give you praise. Your love has never failed me, even when my faith has faltered. I'm alive today because your compassion never ends. This morning, gratitude rises in my heart like the dawn. Lord, answer me quickly as this new day unfolds. Don't hide your face from me, or I'll be like those descending to the pit. Let me hear of your unfailing love this morning, for I've placed all my trust in you. Show me the way I should go today, because to you I lift up my soul. My heart is open before you, seeking the path you've prepared. Protect me from the enemy's snares, hidden in my thoughts, my relationships, my decisions. Guard my mind against anxiety, my heart against bitterness, my lips against harmful words. Like a shield around me, let your presence go before me into every conversation, every task, every challenge. When crossroads appear, illuminate the right direction with your wisdom. When darkness threatens, be my light. When voices of confusion speak, let me hear your voice above them all. Guide my steps on level ground today, away from pitfalls and toward your perfect plan. Heavenly Father, I lift up every member of my family to your loving care today. You've known each one since before they took their first breath. Pour out your Spirit upon my household like morning dew. Where there is division, bring your perfect peace that passes understanding. Where there is pain, apply your healing balm. Where there is distance, build bridges of reconciliation. Teach us to love one another as you have loved us, unconditionally and sacrificially. I ask that you would shield my loved ones from harm today, surrounding them with your angelic protection. Give them wisdom for their decisions, strength for their struggles, and joy in their journey. Help us create memories that honor you, building a legacy of faith for generations to come. May our home be a haven where your presence dwells freely, where prayers rise like incense, where your word takes root deeply in our hearts. God, as I prepare to enter my workplace, I invite your presence into every task, every meeting, every challenge that awaits me. Like David, who asked you to teach him to do your will, I seek your guidance in my professional life. Make my hands skilled at my work, my mind sharp in decision-making, my words wise in communication. Where there are mountains of impossibility, give me faith to speak to them. Where there are rivers of difficulty, show me where to cross. Lord, I trust you as my provider, knowing that every good and perfect gift comes from above. When resources seem scarce, remind me that you own the cattle on 1,000 hills. Open doors that no man can shut, and close doors that would lead to frustration or failure. Grant me favor with supervisors and colleagues. Let integrity be my foundation and excellence my standard. May my work today glorify you and serve others, creating ripples of blessing that extend far beyond what I can see. Jesus, healer of body and soul, I bring every cell of my being before your compassionate gaze this morning. Where there is sickness, I ask for your restoring touch. Where there is chronic pain, I pray for your supernatural intervention. Like the psalmist whose spirit was failing within him, I felt the weight of emotional exhaustion. You see the hidden wounds I carry, the scars from battles fought in secret. Pour your healing oil into these places today. Mend what is broken, strengthen what is weak, revive what is depleted. I declare that by your stripes I am healed, body, mind, emotions, and spirit. Wash away anxiety with your perfect peace. Replace despair with vibrant hope. Transform my mourning into dancing. When darkness of depression threatens, be my morning light that breaks through the clouds. Let health flow through my veins like rivers of living water. Restore my soul as only you can do, making me whole again. Lord of perfect relationships, I surrender every connection in my life to your transforming love today. Where there is tension, bring your supernatural peace. Where misunderstanding has built walls, give me courage to extend the first hand of reconciliation. You've shown me such mercy. Help me offer that same grace to others who have hurt me. Search my heart and reveal any bitterness I've been harboring, any resentment poisoning my inner world. I choose to forgive as you have forgiven me. For relationships that bring life and joy, I give thanks. Strengthen these bonds, deepen our love, and use our connection to reflect your goodness to the world. For those who feel like enemies, pursuing and crushing me as David described. Give me wisdom to establish healthy boundaries while still loving from a distance. May my words be life-giving, my attitudes Christ-like, my actions guided by your Spirit. Let every interaction today reflect your kingdom values. Father of all wisdom, like David who asked you to teach him to do your will, I face decisions today that require your divine insight. The path ahead sometimes seems unclear, with options that all appear reasonable on the surface. I need more than human understanding. I need your perspective that sees the end from the beginning. You promised that if anyone lacks wisdom, they should ask you, and you give generously without finding fault. So I'm asking now, illuminate my mind with heavenly discernment. Help me distinguish between good and best, between impressive and important, between temporary gain and eternal value. When I stand at crossroads today, large or small, let your Spirit guide me clearly. May I choose paths that honor you, serve others, and align with your perfect plan for my life. I trust that your wisdom is pure, peace-loving, considerate, submissive, full of mercy and good fruit. Lead me on level ground today. Sovereign Lord of all nations, I lift up our troubled world to you this morning. From crowded cities to remote villages, your eye sees each person, each situation, each need. Pour out your Spirit upon every continent, bringing revival to your church and awakening to those who don't yet know you. I pray for leaders in government, business, education, and ministry. Grant them wisdom beyond human capacity to navigate complex challenges. For those in authority over me, I ask for your guidance in their decisions. Where there is corruption, bring justice. Where there is self-interest, instill servant hearts. Where there is division, create unity around truth. Strengthen persecuted believers who face dangers I cannot imagine. Comfort refugees who have lost everything but their faith in you. Let your church rise as a beacon of hope, a voice of truth, and hands of compassion in a broken world. Use us as instruments of your peace today. Spirit of the living God, fall fresh on me this morning. Like dry ground thirsting for rain, my soul longs for deeper intimacy with you. Renew my passion for your presence, my hunger for your word, my sensitivity to your voice. Draw me beyond shallow religion into authentic relationship with you. I want to know you, not just know about you. I want to experience your love, not just understand it intellectually. Like David, I stretch out my hands to you, desperate for the living water only you provide. Revive my prayer life when it becomes routine. Awaken my worship when it grows lukewarm. Restore my first love when distractions pull me away. Let me hear of your unfailing love this morning, for in you I put my trust. I want to walk so closely with you today that others see Jesus in me. Plant your word so deeply in my heart that it transforms my thoughts, attitudes, and actions. May nothing separate me from your love that surpasses knowledge. Father, as this prayer draws to a close, I surrender all my dreams, plans, and desires into your loving hands. You knew the path of my life before I took my first breath. Your thoughts toward me outnumber the grains of sand. I release my tight grip on how I think today should unfold, choosing instead to trust your perfect timing and sovereign direction. Like the psalmist who asked you to show him the way because he lifted his soul to you, I lift my future to your wisdom. The dreams you've planted in my heart, I return to you as offerings of worship. The goals I'm pursuing, I submit to your refinement. The hopes I cherish, I trust to your fulfillment in your way. When doors close unexpectedly, help me see your protection. When paths take surprising turns, give me faith to follow without fear. May your Spirit guide me through this day like a gentle shepherd, leading me beside still waters, restoring my soul, guiding me in paths of righteousness for your name's sake. Friend, as the morning sun breaks through the clouds, something powerful is happening in your spirit right now. Those chains of confusion, they're breaking. That fog of uncertainty, it's lifting. God is already answering your cry for direction. Can you sense it? The same God who led David through his darkest valleys is clearing your path right now. Your morning has been divinely appointed for breakthrough. Every step you take today carries heaven's guidance. The answer you've been searching for isn't just coming, it's already been released. Your spirit, like parched ground, is being saturated with divine wisdom. When you walk out into this day, you're not walking alone. You're walking on paths God prepared before you were born. Remember this truth. The God who directs your morning directs your future, and His mercies will follow you all the days of your life. Thank you for joining me in this sacred moment with our Father. Starting each day in God's presence changes everything. It's a spiritual rhythm that transforms our lives. If this prayer touched your heart, please type Amen in the comments or share your prayer request. Your simple act of faith not only strengthens our community, but helps others discover these morning devotions. Before you go, consider subscribing so we can continue this spiritual journey together each morning. The next prayer will appear on your screen in a moment. I believe it's exactly what your spirit needs for tomorrow's challenges. Until then, may God's presence remain with you throughout this day.